guys, my name's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. I know I've been MIA for the past couple of months, but this year has been really hectic and I just haven't had time to film, but I know that's an excuse. So I'm just gonna try to do better. Maybe in 2019 I can film more. Even though this is just a hobby for me, I really enjoy doing my makeup and showing other people how I do it. Even if nobody's watching, I just like doing this for myself. And today I wanted to review a palette that honestly it's kind of old news now. I know a lot of YouTubers like to review things as soon as they come out, or even before if you are sponsored or something. But you know, I'm not. This is just a hobby. And I wanted to review one of the newer Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I know that Anastasia came out with so many palettes this year. The Carly Bible palette, all those Norvina palettes, those are like artist ones, and those look awesome, don't get me wrong. But honestly, I was kind of looking for a palette that had more shades that I can wear every day. And I liked the Jackie Aina palette because it had the shades I can wear every day, but it also had shades that I can like have some fun with. I absolutely love the palette. I like Anastasia Beverly Hills formula. I think it's very buttery and I like the way it blends. So I feel like it's really user friendly. So today I decided to do this look for you guys. I kind of got inspired with the colors of my shirt and I kind of picked up this palette and said I think I can make it work. Something that kind of matches, kind of monochromatic, a little funner than just like a regular like holiday video because I'm sure I've already done that on my channel. Anyway, besides me kind of going through how I did my eyeshadow today, I'm also going to go through some of my favorites. I have like a favorite moisturizer, a favorite foundation that I don't think I've ever used in this channel, some new brushes, stuff like that. So anyway, let me stop blabbing and continue with the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys like these kinds of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button down below. Sorry, I can't talk. Thank you. So I'm going to start off by moisturizing my face. I'm going to be using the Shiseido White Lucent Brightening Gel Cream. I really enjoy this moisturizer lately. So now I'm going to be priming my face. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime. This is in Blur and Smooth. This is really creamy. It feels more like a moisturizer. It's not very silicone-y, which I really like. So now I'm going to be going in with my foundation. I've been using the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. I love this foundation. It really does last a really long time, and I like how the coverage, honestly. I have a lot of redness in my face, and it covers all of it. So I've always liked full coverage foundations, and this one you can get at the drugstore, so it's a win for me. I am in the shade 128 Warm Nude, and I'm going to be applying that with my Real Techniques damp sponge. And also, just like a little tip, when I put on my foundation, I honestly like to kind of seep in my foundation to my skin. That's why I pounce my beauty blender up. Well, it's not a beauty blender, it's a Real Techniques sponge up and down my face, so I don't have any streaks along the side. And also, I make sure to get my neck and my ears. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with the first shade in the palette. I'm going to be going in with Supreme, and I'm using this Morphe brush. This is just like a fluffy blending brush. It doesn't have a number, but I'm just going to be like putting that outside my outer corners and kind of like going outside my eyelid space, just in windshield wiper motions back and forth. I'm going to be really like blending in the pinks because I'm going to be using the three like pink and purples in the palette, and I like to like build up the colors. So that's why I'm going in with Supreme first. And as you can see, I'm kind of like going in and out in windshield wiper motions. And I'm sorry that I keep looking away. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing and also holding the palette. So I apologize for that. And now I'm going to go in with a clean brush. This is a Real Techniques also fluffy blending brush, but just a clean brush so I can kind of blend in that pink so it kind of doesn't look as muddy. It really helps to like switch up your brushes if you're going in with a lot of eyeshadows. Picking up a different brush, this is a Sigma F53 brush. I'm going to be picking up Pinker from the palette and placing it right on top of where I put Supreme. And exactly how I did the first eyeshadow, I'm going to do windshield wiper motions right on top, kind of winging it out outside of my lid space. So it kind of like goes with like the winged eyeliner I'm going to do later on in the video. I know it kind of looks messy in the beginning, but if you just trust me, it all works out at the end. I feel like that happens a lot with a lot of eyeshadows. I remember when I first started doing makeup, I would put on eyeshadow and I just didn't like the way it was looking, even before the final step. And I would just take it off and think like, okay, well, I'm not good at this. But honestly, if you are just patient and just keep blending in your eyeshadows, it helps a lot. And also a big tip is going in with little product helps a lot rather than putting in a lot of product and then having to buff that out, because that's harder. Another tip that helps with these kinds of looks is using the tape method. I use the tape method to kind of make these looks a little bit cleaner. I put them on the edge of my eyes, and then like I kind of have like a stop where I'm gonna put the eyeshadow. But I didn't want to pull on my skin today, so I'm just gonna be blending it out, and I'm gonna be cleaning it up with a makeup wipe later on in this video. Also, I go in with a lot of different brushes because, as I mentioned before, I like to be seamless, kind of like build in the pinks together. Okay, so now I'm going to be cutting my crease. I'm using a Real Techniques detail brush and a MAC Studio Fix concealer to do this. This is a really heavy concealer. That's why I like to use it for cut creases. It doesn't really go anywhere, but I wouldn't use it like under my eyes. And I'm going to be cutting my crease with it, being very patient and just placing it on the middle part of my eye where I'm going to put in that shimmer color. So now using a flathead brush, the one that came with the palette, not the fluffy part, the other part, I'm going to be dipping into Sponsored and putting it right where I cut my crease. I like the cut crease method because I like the pinks to be outside of the lid and the green to be inside of the lid, if that makes any sense. You can also do it without cutting your crease. It also will look really beautiful, but I do find that when you cut your crease, the eyeshadows stay intact and separated longer. And I I don't smudge the shimmer color. I tap it in with that flathead brush. And if you want something with a little bit more pigmentation, you can always spray your brush with some Fix Plus or any kind of setting spray that you do own. Now I'm going to go in with that brush that I first started with, that Morphe brush, and I'm going to go in with Supreme again and blend out that eyeshadow outside of my lid so it kind of like goes in with the cut crease that I just did. Again, in windshield wiper motions until I'm satisfied with the blending that I did. And then taking a clean brush, I'm going to be blending out the outer sides of my purples again. Just in windshield wiper motions, going in and out so everything blends in seamlessly and it looks clean. Oh, I decided to do my eyeliner off camera because I tried to film it and it just didn't go well. You couldn't see anything. I kept looking down. I did want to tell you what kind of eyeliner I do use. I use the Revlon Skinny Color Stay Liquid Eyeliner. It's the easiest for me and I love it. Anyway, I did go ahead and kind of blend out more of my eyeshadow with a clean fluffy brush. And after that, I'm going to go in with my Shape Tape Concealer to highlight the corners of my eyelids. I am in the shade 27H Light Medium Honey. And what I like to do is take the doe foot applicator and kind of just put 2 dots on the inner corners of my eyes, and then use my Real Techniques brush to kind of distribute the product evenly across my face. because I do feel like if I use the doe foot applicator all over it, it's kind of a wasted product, and I'm using way too much, and that kind of looks cakey at the end if I'm using too much concealer. Anyway, I'm going to be using my Real Techniques beauty sponge to push the product into my skin very, very carefully. And that kind of also cleans up the outer corners of my eyes, which I mentioned before. If I used tape, it would have been a lot cleaner. So that's just a tip. Okay, so now to set my concealer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Prime and Poreless Skin Smoothing Pressed Powder. And I'm just going to be using the little sponge that came with the powder just to set my concealer. I know it looks really bright and white underneath my eyes right now, but I'm going to be dusting that off. So I'm a little bit kind of baking in this step. Okay, so now using a flathead brush, I'm going to go in with Pinkerton. I think that's what it's called. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to go in with Supreme, and I'm going to be eyelining my eyes. And I'm going to be using a flathead brush to do so. And I'm just going to like go in really, really, really subtly, because I'm going to put in another eyeshadow right after. So after that, after putting in the Supreme, I'm going to go in with the shade Sponsored, and I'm going to go in with that same brush and put it right on top, because I really liked the way that metallic looked underneath my eyes. And now just to kind of blend in my fake lashes with my actual lashes, I'm going to put in some mascara. I use the L'Oreal Telescopic, and honestly, this is the only mascara that I really use. I don't think I've ever gone back to another one. And now going with an e.l.f. contour brush, I'm just going to be dusting that excess white powder off my face. Now to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go in with the shade Soleil from the palette, and using a fluffy brush, I'm just going to be highlighting the brow bone, like the tops of my eyes, just to like add a little bit more shine to the look. And now I'm going to kind of be a little contouring my face, or just putting in bronzer. This is 04 Glow Baked Bronzer by Milani. I'm going to be using that e.l.f. contour brush, and I'm just going to be kind of contouring the high points of my face. And I go down all the way to my neck, so my bronzer matches my neck. And so forth, I make that face because I kind of like to make my face appear slimmer. So that's why I like to put it, because I have a really wide jaw, so like I like to put it on those high points of my face, going all the way down to my jaw. Now using a fan brush, I'm going to go in with highlighter. I'm going to be using the Sleek Makeup highlighter. This is from the highlighting palette Soltis. I'm pretty sure this is called Subsolar or Equinox. One of those two. It's very hard to tell with this palette, but I love it. It really reminds me of the Hourglass highlighters. And I like to blend in my highlight with my Beauty Blender. And then finally, last but not least, blush. I am using the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collection. As you can tell, I love that highlight that's in that palette. But that is called, I have no idea because it's sold and there's no name on it. But it's from the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collab. And I like to use a kind of a contour brush to put on my blush because I like it to be on the cheeks of my eyes. And I'm going to be blending my eyeshadow just a little bit more because I'm obsessive. I'm going to be outlining my lips with the NYX lip pencil in Natural, and then I'm going to go in with the Sephora brand liquid lipstick in the shade Amour. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. If you guys have any ideas on what I should do for my next video, please leave a comment down below. Thank you again, and I hope you guys are having a great holiday season.